I am Julius Caesar, and apparently, I now fit inside a rectangle. Very well, bring me your finest military strategy apps. Let us see if these glowing tablets can outsmart a Roman general. In my day, strategy took maps, scouts, and a great deal of yelling. Now you pinch, swipe, and apparently lose entire legions with your thumbs. Fascinating and horrifying. First test, troop movement. This app promises realistic battlefield control. In Rome, that meant discipline. Here, it means lag, ads, and a tiny loading circle of doom. When I ordered a flank attack, it did not pause for a sponsored message about premium helmets. Imagine stopping the charge at Elysia for a pop-up. Upgrade now. Still, the map is impressive. Real-time terrain, weather, sightlines. I would have conquered Gaul in half the time, assuming I could find the close ad button. Very well, little rectangle. You have my attention. Let us see if your pixels can keep up with a proper Roman mind. Formations. Here we have drag to select all. In my army, that was called years of training and the threat of punishment. Your way is faster. Mine was more persuasive. The app suggests a recommended formation. The legions did not ask the tablet what to do. I asked the terrain, the wind, and whether my enemy had eaten breakfast. Pinch to zoom interesting. We used to send scouts on horseback. Now you casually expand 2 fingers and see the entire valley. My scouts would be out of work in an hour, but this app keeps blinking at me. New skin unlocked. In Rome, if a soldier's armor suddenly changed colors mid-battle, I would assume witchcraft, not progress. At least the interface shows morale, fatigue, supply. Those 3 decide more battles than bravery ever did. On that point, app, you and I agree. You track morale with bright bars. I tracked it with eyes, ears, and how loudly the men joked before marching. Different tools, same problem. Who will still stand when the dust settles? Now, logistics. The app calls it resource management. Sensible. Armies do not march on courage. They march on grain, water, and the hope they will not run out halfway through a desert. This little bar turns red when supplies are low. When my supplies turned red, it meant angry letters from the Senate and very thin soldiers. Still, I admire this. One glance shows me every convoy, every route, every risk. I spent weeks riding the empire to learn what you learn with a tap. The gods clearly favor shortcuts now, but then another notification. Server maintenance. Please check back later. I once crossed the Rubicon. Imagine being stopped by server maintenance. I would have invaded the server. Latency, they call it. Delay between giving an order and seeing it done. In Rome, we called that a lazy officer. And I solved it without Wi-Fi. Yet, beneath the lag and the flashing notifications, I see it. Structure, planning, anticipation. Strategy survives, even buried under upgrades and loot boxes. So, would I trust an app with a real campaign? No. I would trust a seasoned centurion who quietly checks the app when I am not looking. These apps are clever tutors, not emperors. They teach patterns, punish foolish gambles, reward patience. That is good, but they do not feel the wind or smell the fear. Strategy is more than numbers on a glowing tile. It is politics, ego, rumor, weather, and that one foolish ally who always arrives late. But if a young commander learns from these apps, then walks outside, listens, observes, doubts the easy answers, then yes, I would call that worthy of a Roman salute. So, modern generals of the touchscreen age, use your apps, but remember, no loading bar will save a bad plan, and no premium skin ever won a war. I am Julius Caesar, and my review is this. Strategy endures, even when trapped in a tiny glowing box. Just perhaps fewer ads. Dismissed.